Our business was in a little bit of a state. We didn't know whether to keep going with our business or to give up because we'd taken a hard hit. If we hadn't have found Patina and the program when we did, I actually don't know if Native Odds will still be here. I'm Tracy from Native Odds Bushfoods. This is my husband Doug, and we are mentees of the First Nations Tourism Mentoring Program. The difference between this program and other programs is the mentor stays with you. Before we become part of the mentor program, I was nearly ready to give up. It was like, why do we do this? Patina come along. She basically picked us up out of the gutter, said, get up, you've got a good business model here, let's get this going.
I'm Patina Tiemann. I own Complete Business Solutions Australia and I hold the Queensland contract for the First Nations Tourism Mentoring Program. I'm Aboriginal myself, my mob are in Tasmania. I identified about 10 years ago that there's a lack of holistic business support services for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander businesses, especially in regional and remote areas. When I first came on board, these guys were in a state where they were actually considering closing the business down. They had suffered from the floods, they'd had their trees wiped out, and they were really mentally exhausted. They just didn't know how to come through the other side of that crisis. I was able to come in and do a complete overhaul, not just of the business, also of their, I'm getting emotional about it, their personal and mental well-being.
Patina made us feel comfortable right from our very first meeting. She listened to what our business was, what our goals were, what our inspirations were. She could see what we needed in that business plan moving forward for the next 12 months. We've seen again hope and our dream coming back alive.
FNTMP does pay for us to come and travel to the client. I wouldn't have been able to do the job that I did if I didn't come out to this property and understand the farm. Most Indigenous businesses need that face-to-face for that trust and that rapport, and so that we can understand them. When you have a retail product that you're selling online, a jar of jam at a time or a jar of relish at a time, it takes a long time to get the revenue that you need to get. But Doug also has a lot of cultural knowledge that wasn't being shared. Increasing the price of the retail products, increasing their hourly rate, and educating these guys that the hourly rate that you pay yourself is different to what you bill out to a client. These guys were previously billing themselves at $65 an hour. Now they're billing at $135 an hour. Sometimes Tracy tells me, oh, well, we just billed $1,500 or $2,500 to do a couple of hours talk at a school. And I'm like, what the? Like, how did you get that? These guys now have the confidence and the belief in themselves that the services that they can provide has an amazing value. I really wanted to find some big ticket items that these guys could sell in their business to generate the target that I'd set.
So that started to make us realise that we've got a pretty good product and we're undercutting ourselves. Patina basically said, raise the bar.
Over the last 12 months, in addition to the food products which are available online, they're now just building a cafe, they've had a coffee cart here, they're doing talks at schools, they're doing some really amazing bus groups.
To be able to feel inside that you're not a failure, you do have a great business model, and just knowing how to trust and believe.
These guys were able to get back in front again. They were able to start paying themselves. They were able to keep up with all the bills without panicking every week. Seeing the relief on their faces and hearing it in their voices, for me, that was monumental. You know, it's why I do this, is to be able to see that and make a change. It's a prime time now for any Indigenous business that sells a product or service to tourists to tap into those opportunities. The First Nations Tourism Mentoring Program is the ideal program that they can build their skills and capacity, you know, for the next 8 months.
I would say for anyone that's thinking about it, just jump on board, because you may think you've got a great business model, but there may be things that your mentor can help you with to make things easier. As Indigenous people, we're not business people, but we know our culture. We know what's important to us. Trust in what you know and share it with the world. Hi, I'm Tracy.
And I'm Doug. I'm a proud Bundjalung man.
We are the owners of Native Odds Bushfoods. We are mentees of the First Nations Tourism Mentoring Program.